SBK TV is your site. We're here at the final 2 rounds of the Canadian Superbike Championships by Parts Canada, and we've taken time to talk to one of our contenders in both the Pro Superbike and in the Pro Sport Bike class, Alex Welsh. Welsh is riding the number 7 machine with sponsorship from Kenwood Stereo and Z1 Cycle Tech in Toronto. Alex, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. A practice session, are you pleased with things, the way things are going?
I wish I could put a happy spin on it, but right now things are pretty frustrating. The 600 is going a little bit good. We need to find a little bit more time, not much, but we're there. And then just for the Superbike, just before Super Bowl there, or the pre-qualifying, or kind of our Superbike, had an electrical problem, and it didn't work. So we spent about 20 minutes of the 40-minute session trying to figure out what kind of the problem was. We weren't able to figure anything out, and then so we just kind of took our 600 and it wasn't, not on warmers, not on anything. So we were a little, behind the gun there. Mm-hmm. So we weren't able to pull anything out. So, hopefully we can get it sorted for tomorrow. But we're at a Super Bowl, starting 12th, I think. So, definitely got to work with it.
It sounds like we caught you at a bad time.
Probably the worst so far this year. Yeah, it's frustrating.
Well, Alex, it's one of those old always fall back on the old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. You've got a lot of folks in your corner of this fight ring that are doing an awful lot of work for you. It's happening right now behind us, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, the guys are working hard. Like I said, it's nobody's fault. We just, we don't know if it's some kind of a relay or I have no idea. Mm-hmm. It could be anything. And these bikes are so many electronics and stuff like that in them now that it's hard to tell where it could come from. But I hope to God we get it sorted. And, it makes it tough. I don't know if this 12th is 3rd row or 4th row or 4th row, but it's certainly going to be tough. But we'll try. It's a good bike when it goes. So hopefully we can figure something out and get up front.
So this track, of course, is known as the home of Canadian motorsports, and I know you like this track. Are you glad to be home?
Yeah, it was good. It was. It's always good to come back here, and I think it's good way to end the series. We go to, so many different tracks, and some of them are bumpy, and some of them aren't very fast and stuff like this. And you come here, and it's a proper racetrack. So it's a good way to end the season. Yesterday was a little bit trying to get our heads back up to speed. It was a little bit of a an issue just because we've never really gone this fast so much this year. I don't think on the Superbike I've touched 6th gear anyway. I've been here, so. It took a little bit, but we're getting there. We're getting there slowly, and hopefully we can figure.
Second in the Pro Sport Bike standings, Jodi, Christie, of course, has been your nemesis there. Your work is cut out for you in that regard. In Superbike, you're sitting 5th right now, and I'll ask you to pass comment, not so much on what your Superbike year has gone like, but Brett McCormick's. Boy, that kid has come home and has been on fire.
Yeah, Brett's a good, very good rider, and the BMW guys certainly. It's not just Brett, I think, Brett will give his hat off to, Patrice and everybody at BMW for putting a good bike. You get behind him, in a practice session or something, and you just you can learn so much just, watching him. So he's, as a team, they've been working really well, and obviously, Brett's talent's showing through. Jordan kind of went undefeated last year, now Brett's going undefeated this year, so.
Well, if we can stop it just there, while we're talking about Brett McCormick, there's something I want to touch on, and that is 2 instances that I saw this year where you had the Superbike lead, and Brett McCormick made what I would call a questionable aggressive pass on your comments. Yeah,
Brett's that year in the AMA, it really taught him to be aggressive and go hard from the start. Coming from motocross and stuff like that, I'd be doing 60, 70, 80 starts a year, practicing, and doing that on a motocross bike. So, coming over to these things, you're only doing 8 or 9 starts a year, like all year. So, I have a lot of practice starting, so generally I get some pretty good launches, and I'm able to stick it up front. And, Brett knows that, he's smart, and he knows that he got to, push from the very beginning to get a lead. That's okay by me. He hasn't done anything, out of the ordinary for me. So, it's at this level, it's so tight and it's so close that you gotta be that aggressive to get by some guys sometimes. So.
When we started this interview, Alex Welsh, I mentioned the fact that you're riding for Kenwood Stereo and Z1 Cycle Tech, but there were other players in your package.
Yeah, there's a lot of people helping me. First and foremost, my dad. You know, none of us would be here without him. You know, he's
some folks call him Wayne.
Yeah, he's you know, he's a big part of our program, and you know, he's kind of behind the scenes. You know, he doesn't like to be up front or anything like that, but you know, he's got so much passion for the sport, and you know, long winter this year, so you know, he was the one really pushing things and you know, wanting to get things sorted, wanting to get things organized. So you know, hats off to him. We wouldn't be here without him. And then aside from Z1 and Kenwood obviously helping out, you know, we have Suzuki Canada came on in a big way, and they're a big part of our program, Parts Canada, and then a lot of other, you know, Parts Canada distributed companies, you know, like Motor X, Alpine Stars, HJC, Yoshimura, Yalfer. You know, they're all products that are distributed by Parts Canada, so they're all stepped up and helped us out. So you know, it's a big effort to get here. It's a big effort to run up front with Team Cali and BMW. So you know, we've done okay so far. So you know, hopefully we can get another good start tomorrow and figure it out.
You know, you got a ton of fans around this racetrack. We've seen them out there when you were running in your amateur or in your pro rookie class, and of course when you rode for Team Kawasaki as well. So lots of fans at the side of the fence cheering for you, Alex. We wish you would go out there and have a whole lot of fun, and who knows what might develop.
Thank you.
Alex Welsh on the number 7.